Yeah.
So in
Good
Botswana,
times.
were you rapping in English? Or?
Yeah, in English.
Yeah.
But these days, I'm actually becoming more comfortable. I found it become more comfortable rapping in Setswana, not in freestyles, because I'm not actually fluent in my mother tongue enough to freestyle. I have to really plan what I'm saying before I say it. So it takes me a second to construct sentences. But no, only in English. I only have a freestyle in English. I've only rapped in English so far, but. One of the most recent track I did. I haven't put it out anyway yet, but I did put a little bit of Zulu in there. I don't speak Zulu, but
really?
I do know a little bit of Zulu. Yeah, because my mom speaks Zulu, so I picked up words that subconsciously hearing her talk, and like I never know what they mean. I have to ask her what they mean. So a few lyrics here and there. Yeah.
Who's your mum talking to in Zulu?
Her brothers.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Are they back home?
They're back home, yeah. So it's just her. Out of them, it's just her over here.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah.
Nice.
So how about you? When did you start rapping? Like, what's
I have a
what's to do
different
with that?
story. Like, I didn't rap I wasn't even into hip hop when I was young.
Yeah.
Like when I was like young, my only exposure to hip hop was just like commercial rap that I didn't like. You know what I mean?
True.
But I started rapping when I was in Tasmania, when I was protesting, basically. Just started writing a lot to, like, express myself. And I just have progressively got more and more into hip-hop and less into everything else I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Sweet.
Just from from an active. I started rapping straight up activist shit, and then I just as I got better at rapping, I just got more into just the art, the craft of it, Yeah. Everything I write still has a message, but it's less like partisan. I'm not like trying to convince anyone of anything. I'm just spitting bars.
That is one thing I'll say is that your tracks always have a message. Like, sometimes as a rapper you can get lost in just saying whatever. I mean, mainly with freestyles, obviously say whatever comes to mind. But when it comes to written stuff, you're really good with having a message, and you put a lot of, like, I don't know, it feels like you put, you go the extra mile with putting in what you're saying.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, everything I've written is like for a reason. I don't really write throwaway bars. It's something I actually want to develop a skill, but I don't have any like 16s that I've just written randomly. Like everything I've written is just like, I've got this unexplainable emotion that I can't continue living with inside of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, my shit's very raw, and like, my shit, man, there's no syllables that are like random. Like everything is there for a reason, and a lot of the rhymes link up. Like my original favorite rapper is RAKIM. Like I just think that he's a genius. You know what I mean? Like the fact that RAKIM isn't like lauded the same as Shakespeare or other like great contributors to literature, English literature specifically, is bananas to me, because like he developed such a ingenious way of like expressing yourself but linking it all up so it all rhymes. Like, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Because for me, it goes like the way he rhymes and the way I try to rhyme and the way like Pharoah Monch rhymes and Jean Grey rhymes, it like goes back to like the foundations of language, basically, and that's why it sounds so good and why there's inherently like a good level of substance in what they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things that's hard to explain. Once you start talking about it, you're like, fuck, I'm just talking garbage right now. But
I don't know.
Stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
What about you, Jared? What would you like to share with the group? This is Hip Hop Anonymous.
I started in a funny way. I didn't get hip hop from the source of nothing. I got it from breakdancing. I discovered breakdancing on the internet when I was like 6 for the like videos on like shit before YouTube. There was like these old like clickbait channel thingies. There was this guy. His name was B-Boy Jr. Motherfuckers in the scene would know. He's like one of the best. And they played hip hop in the background, and I was like, what the fuck? This is wild. I didn't know human beings could do this, because it was feats of strength and speed and timing, and it was dancing. It was groovy. It was funky. Yes.
Yeah, I know him.
Yes.
I saw him at I think it was a Red Bull contest. This is one of my favorite clips on YouTube, I swear.
It's the best.
he's a monster.
That
like
shaped my life.
Yeah.
That one clip changed me.
Yeah.
I was like,
I love what he does. I love what he does because
breakdancing hit me.
yeah. I love what he does because you know, he does it so well that you don't get jealous. You just like you accept the fact that he's that good at it. It's like you don't envy it. You don't want. You just like he's the one who's supposed to be doing that move and all that.
He
and
does some anti-gravity shit. You know, people like to do the planches where they hold themselves up and it's just their arms and no one's touching the ground. The way he just can fold himself over while just keeping himself afloat by his hands is crazy.
Bro, his upper body strength. There was a point he holds himself up and his lower body's like elevated or got off the ground, and I'm like, nah, that's it for me.
No,
I do, cause I'm like I was doing push-ups back then as a kid. I was trying to get like, you know, a little bit buff and shit. So I was doing push-ups here and there. So I knew how much, you know, push-ups hurt. But when I saw that, I was like, how many gym sessions does that take?
he's doing push-ups in the air and shit,
Like,
and
yeah.
like catching, like he's spinning while he's doing it. I was like, yeah.
It's calisthenics, I guess, fundamentally, right? It's like it's from training for explosive movements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be doing it every day. You just practice.
Yeah, you
practice,
definitely need some
get it
calisthenics for that.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way to achieve it.
For that.
I'm standing up and I'm telling you I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful.